Hi everyone, this is Lynissa Hayes. We're doing another Make It Miniverse. I have some old lifestyle and some old home series that I want to do. I bought some from Ross right before the recall. I'm sure if you're watching this, you know about the recall already, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. So I'm gonna do a process video of me doing some capsules that I've had in my stash and some ones that I got from Ross. So I found these at Ross literally right as the recall went out. So like I think I was in the store, and then once I left the store, I looked at my phone, I saw the message, and it was a recall, and I was like, oh my gosh, if I knew if I knew the recall. So I got these last couple of containers like right before the recall. If I knew that there was going to be a recall, I would have bought all of the capsules that they had in the store. So if only I knew. Hindsight is 2020, I think. That's what they say. So yeah, today we're gonna talk about the recall, why they did it, what is it with resin. Some people really do not know that much about resin, so they're shocked. They're afraid to, they think they gotta, send all their stuff back. They're afraid to play with it. They think it's completely toxic. And here's the thing. Miniverse MGA Entertainment probably should have been more clear about it. There is some confusion. The reason why I think there is a recall is, first off, resin is not a toy. Of course, MGA and Miniverse has put it out as a product that is a toy, but it is not a toy product. It's not really meant for kids to play with. It was never meant for kids to play with. It's not the only toy out there that uses resin. I've seen toys in the like I've seen craft toys, but they are in the kids section that uses resin products, but they don't say resin product. They'll say like magic formula, but I know looking at what it is, I'm like, that's resin. So they're not the first company, but I guess MGA and Miniverse is trying to be proactive because they could face legal issues if kids are using it and getting hurt. Now, I haven't heard if there's any cases where, kids are using it and getting hurt, or if, adults are using it and, I'm pretty sure there are because it's resin. And again, even though they include instructions on, they kind of don't go into, since it is a toy, parents think it's safe, and of course kids going to think it's safe for them to use, but it's not. It's resins, and resin has always been used more for like the arts and the crafts. So let's talk about it. Of course, I think they did it for legal reasons. They said something about they also did it because there's like a formula, an ingredient in there that's not meeting regulations. I don't know about all that. They're making supposedly a new formula. But at the end of the day, even that new formula is still going to be resin. Resin is never going to be 100% safe unless they just create a product that's completely different that is not resin. Resin has always had risks to it. So can you use Miniverse? Is Miniverse product safe to use? Yes, if you take the ramification. Now, would I suggest kids use it? No, because little kids make messes. A lot of times parents aren't watching. They make a mess. It's going to get in their hands. They're going to put their fingers in their eyes. So no, I never thought that it was a product meant for kids. If you notice, most of the MGA commercials and advertisement, you always see adults playing with it. I never really see kids playing with it, even though it is a toy, and I do know that they did advertise it as a toy, but I never actually seen kids play with it because it shouldn't be a kid's toy. Now, a lot of the products in the Lifestyle Home series, half of them do not even have resin in the container, so it kind of sucks that, even the ones that don't have resin, had to be recalled. Um, if you have the old series, if you just don't feel safe, I guess turn it in with your and get credit for it. But here's how to use it, and you know, here's how to use it properly. Just wear gloves. The main thing is you don't really want to get this on your skin. Now, anytime I've gotten on my skin, and I don't really get a lot because I pretty much work cleanly. Just quickly get some alcohol, not water, because water will not, really remove it. But just get alcohol. Have alcohol wipes near you, or I always have a bottle of alcohol, napkin, or wet wipes. I spray the alcohol on there, and I quickly wipe it off, and that's that. Of course, you should wear gloves. So as you can see here, I'm wearing a glove. I need to find some tighter gloves because bigger gloves on me when I'm working with it, it sometimes contributes to the mess, so I need to find some tighter gloves. But yeah, so it is suggested that you wear gloves. Like I said, I'm pretty good at not getting it too much on my, but of course, if you are playing with it, working with resin, don't rub your eyes and all that kind of stuff. And also the other precaution that you should take, now they tell you to well, they don't actually tell you this, and that's one of the other things. This is a product that you should be wearing a mask, and not just like, a cloth mask, even though that's what I have. And that's what I'm gonna continue to work with. You're working with resin. A lot of artists, especially when you're doing art projects, when you're working with large quantities of resins, they use respirator mask. Now, do I think the respirator mask is necessary for this quantity? I could be, and don't listen to me 100% because I'm not a scientist, I'm not a doctor. On the safe side, if you just want to be 100% safe, just get a respirator mask. Like I said, maybe I'll invest in it eventually. Not right now. This is like a very small quantity of resin. And if you have a well ventilated room, you do want to make sure. I've noticed with the Miniverse resins, like you can barely, for me, you can barely smell the newer bottles. Now, for the resins that I do notice more of an odor are the older capsules, and then also the thicker resins like the icings and the frostings and stuff. So for like that stuff, yes, you want to wear a mask. You want the room to be well ventilated, or you can work outside, or like I said, buy an N95 respirator mask. I'll probably get that one day. I'll probably get it off of Amazon, maybe when this goes on sale. But if you think about it, most people we use resin a lot. Like, so if you like to get your nails done using gel polish, that's basically a type of resin. And and like I said, artists and crafters use it all the time. So don't go in thinking like, oh, this is it's toxic. It's a chemical that is, it can have toxins and stuff and chemicals that is not good for you, but as long as you're taking the precautions, you should be fine. Now, if you feel yourself getting headaches, and like I said, if you're getting on your skin, yes, it's going to cause an irritation, but like wipe it off. People say you can develop resin allergies if you're exposed to it. I haven't had any problems with it. Like I said, this is a very small quantity. I have worked with resin with other types of art projects and crafts, and I don't really like to do those projects because I don't want to work with resin in large quantities. But people, when they do, they take the safety precautions, and they're fine. But this is a very small quantity. I don't think it's going to affect you that much. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but you do want to take you want to use the safety precautions, you can. You don't want to sniff it. You don't want to inhale it. You don't want to really touch it. Now, when you cure it, meaning when you put it under the UV lamp, you're good. It's going to be fine. So as you can see here, so I always make sure that I completely cure my stuff. You know that it's if you smell the resin, if you continue to smell the resin in your product after you put it under a UV lamp, that means it is not completely cured. It needs to go back under the UV lamp. There are some products, like some of the Miniverse products, with the instructions. In Miniverse may want to change some of the instructions, because I noticed, like with some, and I'm going to give you an example. With some of the products, they'll have you securing the UV resin in places where the UV light is not going to hit, and your resin is not going to set up, meaning it's not cured. It will still remain wet. It'll still, you can still inhale it, you can still get it into your system. So in those cases, that's why I don't always follow the instructions from the Miniverse instructions, because they're not always thinking about that. So in those cases, you do better actually using hot glue or some kind of super glue or something like that, because if the light cannot hit it, the UV resin will not cure. So the one that I just had with the black cat, I did it on purpose. Not this one, but the one with the black cat container, I did on purpose, putting in UV resin, knowing that the light wouldn't really hit it. And so I'm going to put it under UV lamp, and I'm going to show you if it's, we're going to see if it cured or not. Okay. Right now I'm just doing these remixes, doing a lot of succulents. And I'm doing these because, one, I'm trying to actually use my stash. I want to make like a flower diorama. So I am making I want to use all my home and lifestyles capsules, so I can have a little flower shop. And I think it's so cute so far. It's going cute. I just need to start making shelves and display cases. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited to make it. It's so cute. So anyway, back to what I was saying. I was talking back to the recall. So yeah, it's not, you don't have to get rid of all your Miniverse. I wish there was a way that we could still buy it. I mean, I know kids shouldn't be able to buy it, but I wish there was a way to say, hey, I'm an adult. I know what I'm doing. I know the risk. Let me buy it. Okay. I'll even take a discounted price. Let me buy it at a discounted price. And I say, hey, I understand the risk. And, half the stuff, there's only like one thing of resin in containers. So now, it's getting rid of it. So as you can see right here, that is not fully cured. And so if you smell that, like if some of your products may be like that to where the light didn't get through it, if you smell it, that means it was never fully cured. Resin could still seep out. You can still get on your hands. That's not good. So in those cases, you want to either hot glue it or use super glue. And with a lot of materials, since Miniverse uses silicone, you might have to have like super glue on hand. So now I'm working with the candles. Back to what we was talking about, the recall. So what does this mean for Miniverse now? Well, they're still making products, and they say they have like a new formula. Again, I don't know what that new formula is gonna look like. It's still gonna be resin. Now, I've heard some people who've tried it out, they said that it's gonna be a longer cure time, and I'm like, ugh. But if you have like a UV lamp, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. But it's still going to be resin, so you still need to take whatever safety precautions. I am interested. So will they stop marketing it as a toy and start marketing it as a craft product? It would make more sense for them to market it as a craft product, and to make sure that it's not in the toy section. Will that stop children from getting it? Of course not. Kids could go to any section of the store that their parents will allow them to. But at least they'll take, they'll take the liability from them, whatever. So they should market it as a craft product and put it probably in the craft and art section of the store, since that is what this is anyway. And most people who use it for crafts and hobbies and things like that. I hope that with this recall that they will bring back there were so many. So like right before the recall, that they had released the lifestyle and cafe and the diner wave 2. Okay, so they released the second wave. The second wave of those products never made it to any of our stores. So like even in May when people were finding it in their stores. So I think it was released, they started coming out, showing up in May, and then it was the end of June, and now last week it was the recall. I never I don't think it hit any of our stores. So we never even got those series. So I'm hoping that they release a lot of the new I hope they release, like, even go back to a lot of the older products, like because I started doing Miniverse back in November, so there's a lot of the older series that I didn't even get. So that'd be nice if they re-release that. So here's what I'm talking about. There, I'm gluing it, putting it down with hot glue, and after I had cured it, and then there you go, and it'll stick fine. So okay, so yeah. Back to what I was saying about the releases. So I hope Miniverse also works on their chain of distribution. I hate it that they sell most of their stuff at Target. Like I said, Target's not always that accessible. It's always in I always have to travel further for Target. Meanwhile, Walmart, it's, always, Walmart's all over the place, but usually I live in a big city, but like Target's usually in certain neighborhoods, so I had to travel a lot further just to get them. And by the time I get them, if there's a box, most times they're gone. But I know for a fact that in my area, in the city, I don't think they sold any of the new Wave 2 Diner series, the Cafe series, or the Home Lifestyle series. So we didn't even get those. So that sucks. And I know Miniverse is coming back with their new formula in July. When does that mean? When will I actually see it? Who knows? It could be August, September, October before I actually see those products. So that sucks. I hope they work on. I don't really think it's fair that like one part of the country gets to experience the products before everyone else. But it kind of bites. Am I suffering? No, because I got like a big huge stash of stuff I need to make. But still, I want to play. I want to satisfy that Miniverse urge of, we want to give you our money, MGA. Let us do it. So yeah, they said they'll have the new products out in July. I'm excited for their happy hour collection. That definitely won't be marketed to kids because of, it's supposed to be alcoholic beverages. I'm curious at what part of the store will they be putting those at. I don't drink, but they were so cute. I love so I want the whole collection, even though I don't actually drink alcohol. I still want the whole collection. And then I've seen the sneak peeks. Oh, as I'm recording this or doing the voiceover this, they're supposed to be having the special sriracha capsule ball that's going to be on TikTok. So hopefully I'll remember to view that tonight. And then what else? I saw that there's like this teapot mold set where you get to make teapots, and I'm so excited for that. That was so cute. Then I saw there's going to be like a special Hershey's set, which is also, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for all the desserts. And then there's going to be a Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings set. Now, honestly, I don't care about Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings at all. So I probably won't be, I probably won't be, really looking for those. But just for the like the wave two of the diner and the cafe, I hope they bring those back quickly as well. And like I said, it would be awesome if they could bring back the older series. Anyway, I talked my head on, you talked your probably your ears off. Here is a look of what I have made with the lifestyle series, what I have so far. I'm loving it. Like, just making all this stuff makes me miss Miniverse already. It's like I'm having withdrawals, even though I already have like a ton that I still need to finish. Here are my final looks. I hope you enjoyed these remixes and process videos. If you have questions, please comment or subscribe. Thanks. Bye.